What's up, guys? How are you? It's a Wednesday. Time for another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. Losing Monday, bounce back Tuesday. We could have swept it. We were a half a run away from a sweep. Unfortunately, we go 2-1. The under easy, Vegas gets a big win. They blow out a team that they should win over. I mean, Indiana without Caitlin Clark does not have the same bite, but good win for Vegas. The A's and the Astros 5-1. That was never in doubt with a 10.5 total. But then the Guardians and the Tigers, Guardians win 5-2. So it goes 7. We played the under 6.5. So we lost that right there. 2-1 up 0.9 units. We got 3 baseball plays for you guys coming up here for today on a Wednesday. But if you want to win the Tyreek Hill jersey, you must be a subscriber to the BettingPros YouTube channel. That's kind of it. Oh, comment as well. That's it. Drop a comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you, thanks to pristineauction.com, could be the recipient of an autographed Tyreek Hill Miami Dolphins jersey. We will give that away next week. Coming up, once we hit the month of October, we will give that away. Now, Wednesday, more baseball. We're going to try to bet games that are relevant to the pennant chase, and there are a couple of them that are just wild. I mean, Guardians and the Tigers is incredibly wild. Red Sox, Blue Jays, we'll get to that as well for picks plays. And then the Astros, the Mets, a lot of big games going on here. Astros haven't named a starting pitcher yet, so I can't go ahead and bet that game. But we do have plays on the other 3. Before we do that, a reminder that this podcast is being brought to you by our friends at Hard Rock Bet. Week 4 doesn't kick off until tomorrow, but Hard Rock Bet, there's always something to bet on. And if you want to see what everyone else is betting on for week 4 of the professional football leagues, go ahead and just go and download the app, open it up, and when you guys go and do that, follow the money. Check out the most bet underdogs, trending parlays, top props, and who's getting the most action in this week's biggest matchups. If you haven't tried your first bet on Hard Rock Bet yet, there's still time to go and get $150 in bonus bets. If you win, just place a $5 bet, and if it hits, you get the winnings plus a $150 bonus in extra bets. If you love betting, which you're listening to this, odds are you do, then I'm guessing you also love promos, and the promos are nonstop at Hard Rock Bet. Wednesday is a great day to sign up for Hard Rock Bet. Why? Legendary reward drops. They happen every Thursday, so you'll get one right away. You could get an extra bonus bet, a parlay insurance, or anything else you may need. You never know what you're going to get. Check it out at Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app and make your first deposit today. Let's talk some Major League Baseball, and let's start with the Guardians and their game today up against the reeling Detroit Tigers. 15.5 games. That was the deficit facing the Guardians in the middle of July. And all they have done is reel off win after win after win, including last night's 5-2 win. They beat Tarek Skubal, and today it's Jack Flaherty for the Tigers. Tigers are in total disarray. Now, excuse me, ow, that hurts a chest when you're trying to recover. Guardians now trail 7-4 in the season series between these two teams. The Tigers trail 7-4 to the Guardians in this series. Detroit is now in second place. They've lost 7 games in a row. I like betting streaks. Fading Jack Flaherty is something that I would highly recommend doing for the rest of the year. Jack Flaherty is 8-14 with a 4.6 ERA on the road. He has a 5.2 ERA. He's 3-6. Now, on the road, he did win his last road start against the Yankees. It was an 11-1 win. He pitched 5 innings, no earned runs. He lost to the Royals. He lost to the White Sox. He lost to the Phillies since August. It's not been great. Not been great at all. And on the flip side, he's facing Tanner Beebe, who is 11-11 with a 4.3 ERA. At home, though, it's 3.35, much better. and a 4-5 record, opposing batting average of 225, only 8 home runs given up in 80 and 2/3 innings worth of work. In home starts, 4-0 win for the team against the White Sox. Against Seattle and Tampa, he did lose both of those games 4-2 and 9-0. He wasn't great there, but he beat Miami 9-4, beat the Twins 5-4. I just think you have a pitching staff right now that is doing such an incredible job. ERA of 1.25 in the month of September for Tanner Beebe. Overall, the best ERA in baseball by a ways and the fewest number of runs given up by half. The Cubs have given up, well, they gave up, 5 runs last night, right? It was 66 going into the game, and they gave up 9. So they've now given up 75 runs here over the last month plus. 2 runs given up. So now we're at 35 runs given up for the Guardians over the last month plus. I mean, it's ridiculous. 35 to 60 to 75. This pitching staff's on fire. Bullpen's on fire. Offense is on fire. I'm betting the Guardians. Let's keep the misery going here for the Detroit Tigers. Guardians money line at -120. Now, the Red Sox got a big win yesterday, a 4-1 win for them in a game against the Blue Jays that prevented them from moving further and closer to them becoming the American League East champs for the first time in a long time. Red Sox scored 4 runs yesterday, just gave up 1, and now they're going with Garrett Crochet to the mound up against Max Scherzer. Game total is 7.5. Garrett Crochet is 17-5. Max Scherzer is 5-4. Crochet's ERA is 2.69. Scherzer's ERA is 5.06. And you might say, well, Matt, this is going to be a very low-scoring game, and it very well might be a low-scoring game. But on the road, 12-2 record for Crochet, a 2.42 ERA, opposing batting average of 219, 9 home runs, and 108 innings worth of work. But the game log for Crochet, it's where it gets pretty nice. Against Tampa, road win. Against the A's, road win. Against Baltimore, a road win. Against the Yankees, a road win. Last time he lost a road start was in the 11th of August against Houston, which he gave up 5 earned runs in 4 innings worth of work in a 7-6 loss. But on the flip side, you got Max Scherzer, who, I mean, Mad Max can dial it back every now and then and really impress. 4.4 ERA at home, a 3-0 record, opposing batting average of 250 for him. But at home against the Orioles, team won the game 5-4. Against the Brewers, 8-4. Against the Twins, 10-4. Against the Cubs, 2-1. Against the Royals, 4-2. Toronto has won 5 straight home starts in games pitched by Max Scherzer. But you look at the last time out, he gave up 7 earned runs to the Royals, then 2 earned runs against the Orioles, then 4 earned runs against the Yankees. His ERA is 11.7 in the month of September. But Garrett Crochet hasn't been outstanding. He's been okay. Nothing that not ace-like stuff at the moment. 3 earned runs the last 2 starts against Tampa on the road and the Yankees at home. Now, the Red Sox won both those games. And while I think Boston wins the game today, I don't know. Toronto may bounce back here in game 2 of their series. I'm going to go against the grain. People think that it's Crochet and it's Scherzer. Go ahead and bet the under. And that might be the play, but I'm going to bank on an offense here at Toronto, given how much better the Blue Jays are at home. Over 7.5 at -119 for the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. And finally, we go to a big game for the Reds. When you look at the standings heading into tonight's game, the Reds currently sit with a record of 80-77. Now, they're 14.5 games back of the first place in the division. But for the wild card, they're a game behind the Mets, and they're tied with the Diamondbacks, also a game behind the Mets. 81-76 New York, 80-77 Cincinnati. They can't afford to lose any game. I mean, they flat out have to win every game that they play from here on out if they want to get into the postseason, and they have a shot to do so here even with them facing Paul Skeens, who's going to be the National League Cy Young Award winner. But Hunter Green is pitching for the Reds. Hunter Green at home has a 1.44 ERA, a 5-1 record, a 1.3 opposing batting average. At home, he beat the Cubs 1-0 in his last start. Complete game shutout. Then beat the Mets at home 3-2. Beat Toronto at home 5-4. Beat Philadelphia at home 8-0. Beat Milwaukee at home 4-2. That's going all the way back to the beginning of June for Hunter Green. He's been outstanding. 7-4 with a 2.74 ERA. And while I know he's facing the best pitcher in the National League in Paul Skeens, he's 10-10 with a 2.03 ERA. And on the road, he's a 2.29 ERA versus at home being a 1.77. For Paul Skeens, on the road against Baltimore, last road start, loss 2-1 in extras. Last home start, lost 4-1 to the Cubs. So, I mean, in the month of September, he has a 1.84 ERA. And while I don't hate a play on the under here between the Reds and the Pirates, it's 7. It's a flat number. It's the 6.5 at Hard Rock. They got it at 6.5. So you can, at ESPN bet, it's 6.5. I don't love this. I'm going to go and say the over may be a better play in this game. But I'm going to take Hunter Green and the Reds to find a way to win this game, to beat Paul Skeens and to beat the Pirates. The bullpen comes in. Don't trust the bullpen. Give me the Reds in the money line to beat Pittsburgh at -111. 3 plays for us here on a Wednesday. Guardians money line. The over in the Red Sox and the Blue Jays 7.5, and the Reds on the money line here today. We have Thursday Night Football coming up tomorrow. If you want to watch my first crack at the board for Sunday for week 4 of the NFL, Pat Fitzmaurice and myself, you can go ahead and check that out on the Betting Pros YouTube channel for our week number 4 early looks survivors and plays you can bet on right now for the NFL in week number 4. Check it out on the Betting Pros YouTube channel. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.